Previously on Two Past Midnight.
About the angles and the mirror. Have you thought any more about this, Bruce?
I mean, it's just a situation on whether we want to bite the bullet on things being reversed or not. I mean, I'm just the map guy, so at the end of the day, it's whatever call y'all want to make or what we think is going to be the best.
Well, I mean, if we hit B, hopefully maybe we can find another clue or some kind of heading from there to either confirm or deny the theories that we're working with.
And about 60 meters ahead of you, you see this area of debris, and it looks like it was a church. All right, so there's the church. The remains of it. When I say remains, I mean it is a fucking debris field. It looks like something blew the shit out of this area, and there's just like you can still see that sign talking about Christmas Eve and pickled herring dinner.
Are there a lot of crosses?
Not left standing. Nothing left standing. It is fucking demolished, right? And then, like I said before, the location that you guys had actually been shooting for is like a few hundred meters past this.
There probably isn't much here to investigate, but there may be things in debris, maybe.
I say we check it out. You never know might find something useful.
I also find it interesting that site number 2, even though we're right on it, has another demolished building.
It's a good landmark, huh? What, how far is landmark from here?
About 300 meters past this.
So we could go investigate site while, Scroungy McScroungerson looks for things.
Yeah.
I'm going to count it as, if you want to really spend some time, as ruins. Well, probably not ruins. I'd give you a +1.
Okay. I'd take that +1.
He's like, because I would do it with a -2. It doesn't matter. I scrounge. It's what I do.
I've done it before.
Doctor, would you like to stay with Lieutenant Bruce, and we will go on to the site and come back?
Doc, I'll stay with Lieutenant Bruce.
Okay.
Is that another +1?
No, he is not good as guy.
He is looking out for you to make sure you are okay.
Yeah, he's doing recon rolls around.
There ain't nobody
He's making
here.
sure you do not get tetanus.
Yes.
Stepping on nails.
All right, so the 3 of you are going ahead to check out? Okay. All right, so you guys continue on. Kyle, go ahead and roll your scrounging roll.
There was a 6 and a 4.
Do you want to push that roll?
I do want to push that 4. And a 1. A 6 and a 1. I hurt myself.
Oh, no. Well, no, you get point of stress because
Yeah.
it's scrounging, so it's survival, so it's a point of stress. So you're kind of digging around, and roll me percentile first. We'll go with that.
78.
So yeah, I got an idea. So you're digging through stuff, and there's not really a lot like around. It's just kind of a fucking mess. But like out of the corner of your eye, underneath some of the debris, you see what looks like a fabric of some sort. And you kind of get closer, and it's kind of got like a slight sheen to it. And like as you get closer, you're like, oh shit, I think that's a sleeping bag, right? And you go over, and you're able to pull it out from underneath this debris. But when you do, like you're like, all right, and you pull it out, and you realize that there's a skeleton in it. Like there's skeletal remains that were inside the sleeping bag of like a child.
So I would kind of freak out. You kind of hear me just kind of panicking and not know what to do or how to get it out of there or what to do. So
You're able to pull it out, but
Yeah.
with it comes a skeleton. Yeah.
I'd kind of turn it upside down, shake the remains out, but it does bother me.
It's got some cartoon characters on it. A cartoon rabbit.
Set it down, fold it in half, and roll it up into a ball after I sufficiently shake out all the chicken bones.
Kid was there for the church lock-in.
Apparently they won.
But the sleeping bag will give you a +1 survival roll when sleeping on bare ground. So like if you're not making a camp and you all have to roll your individual survival rolls, you'll get a bonus on your roll. And Dr. Dolinsky sees this as it happens, and he's like, yes, I've noticed there were a few other bodies around. I don't know exactly what happened here.
Do you think they died all at the same time, or?
I imagine so. It seems like they probably were killed when this. Judging from the remains, the fractures in the skull, it was probably from when the building collapsed.
So something happened. It got hit with some artillery with people inside, and it would just. Oh man, that's great. That's no good. But like, that was a skeletal. So like, that was probably over a year ago, I would think.
Yes, it seems like this would have been a while ago. But I mean, our country's seen war for the last couple of years now, so
that's true. These could have been some of the first casualties.
Yes, who knows? And we cut to the three of you guys headed towards the spot on your map. You're looking at the map, Emmett, and Chris, you're reconning ahead, and it's evening. It's starting to get darker, and the sun's setting, but you can't see it anyway because it's fucking cloudy. But like, it's just getting that gloomy, darker kind of light to everything. But you look ahead, and there's like this field. And Emmett, you're checking your map, and you're like, yeah, about 100 meters in the middle of this field. That's the location. It's just a big, open field.
Okay, so I will go out into middle of field if you guys want to cover me. Huh?
Yeah, we can do that. Man, I don't have a good feeling about this one.
Yeah, it seems a little anticlimactic.
Well, I mean, the other two seemed a little obvious. This one seems a little... I don't know. I just got a feeling in my gut. Yeah, we'll set up, and we'll give you cover. Just keep your head on a swivel. There's something about this. I don't like it.
Of course. Well, if I go down, you'll know where it comes from, huh? So, okay. Alright, I'll go.
I got your 6.
Emmett will drop prone and get Psalms ready to go.
Yeah, and like when you guys saw the area you're kind of in a little grove of trees, so you can observe it from a relatively concealed position. Why don't the two of you roll a recon roll to hide, then? Because I'm assuming that's what you would do, unless that's not what you're doing. And then don't roll a recon roll to hide.
No, I'm definitely going to post up with a sniper rifle. And
Right. All right, give yourself a +1.
That is a 10.
7 and an 8, too.
And a 12. Golly, 4.
Okay. Brian, do you want to push that roll? The 7 and a 2.
No, 7 and an 8. I got 2.
Oh, 2 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said 7 and a 2. All right, Merrick. So like I said, you got about 100 meters of open field to get to that location.
Yeah, he's just gonna sling his rifle and walk out there because he knows there's not much he can really do.
Mm-hmm.
If he's gonna get bushwhacked, then that's just how it's gonna be. So yeah, he's just walking out there.
All right. Chris, roll me a recon roll at a -1 for the dimmer lighting.
Okay. 9 and a 1, so just 1. Then
Okay. All right, so Merrick, you're walking out there, rifle slung on your back. He gets about 50 meters out from you guys. 75. 80. 85 meters. 90. 110. He walked right past the point and he turns around and comes back. You get to the spot, Jeremy.
That was by design. That was intentional.
Yeah,
He's,
come from the other direction in the middle of a field. And the grass is like right at about knee height. You know what I mean? Like it's not real tall. And but it doesn't look that like well grown in. You know what I mean? Like this terrain's just fucking borderline headed towards barren. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And you get there, and so it's like a mix of mud and fucking grass, and you're just like, all right. And you kind of get up there, and you're standing there, and you look around. Roll me a recon roll, Jeremy.
I guess I don't have any bonuses. This is to investigate the site, right? Yep, okay.
Yeah. Sure.
I got a 5 and a 9.
Yeah, you look around and you look back and you can, kind of just barely make out what's left of the church. You know what I mean? Like you can just see the sign barely past the trees that they're all at, the little grove of trees. And the terrain looks mostly just fucking open now as you guys headed further north past that church, and it's just like there's nothing. There does not seem like there's anything here. Like maybe there's an old house that looks dilapidated, to the northeast of you, a ways off, and like maybe an old fence post that's been like maybe was used at some point, but it's just kind of still standing there in the middle of the field. But like another few hundred meters away, but it just looks fucking barren and quiet.
He makes his way back to the party.
Okay.
I don't think that anything is here. I think this is only here to give context to the mirror and the direction,
You mean like the broken one we saw back at the last place?
Yeah, because that gives context to the line for the mirror. But this one is not clue by itself, but helps other clue,
Okay.
It's just location on map to make all of the rest work.
I got you. So then based off of what you were saying before, where's our next heading?
I think Grozek.
Okay, so we're supposed to be heading to Grozek?
Or at least south of there. This would be my guess.
Okay. Do you think we'd be better off taking the road
Never.
up? I mean, we can move faster that way.
If we take the road, there is already roadblock to the south of us. Perhaps there is. And Shepherd's flock was coming west from Svolena.
Okay.
So,
well, we can stick to the side road that's mostly clear anyhow. Heading that way, but I would still say that we should head for the bridge crossing.
oh, I agree. The bridge crossing straight
When
to
we
the
get
north.
there, that would be a chance for us to probably, if we can hit the river, we can probably fill up our canteens too.
But it's open country between here and there. We don't need to take the roads. We can go straight to the bridge.
That's what I'm saying is, it's the side roads and stuff heading that way are relatively untraveled, so we should be able to move relatively quickly to there, cross there, and then it's only, a couple hexes to get to where we were headed. I mean, this could be a total waste of time. I don't know. I just feel like there's too many clues pointing us all in the same direction and too many coincidences for this group to not be something's going on here. And we are very much a part of it at this point, so.
Yeah. It does seem like we are invested now. Okay, so it's 40 kilometers to bridge crossing if we go straight across.
Yeah, that bridge crossing intersection, that's going to probably be the hairiest part of this travel. And then once we get on the other side, we're pretty much there, so.
I don't know, the bridge could be a problem, but bridges will always be a problem.
It's such a choke point.
Yeah, that is why their problem is unavoidable. We could go to... If we had to, we could go to the bridge over by the fork, but still is same problem, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that river's pretty fucking wide. You know what I mean? Like, that's not... Like, that'd be like, let's go across the Mississippi. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Well, and that's why Emmett didn't swim it the last time we tried to cross it.
Right. Right.
That was a different river.
Was it? Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it?
It's one of the other tributaries.
Yeah, but still.
Would, so 40 kilometers, we can travel that in half a day?
Yeah. I mean, I'd say we're pretty much done for today. Where we're at, we should be, because this is evening, right?
Mm-hmm.
After everything, it took evening
Yep.
to get to here. I'd say we set up camp. That'll give LT a chance to catch up to us once he's done hee-hawing around with the doctor. We will run our normal sleep shifts, and then we'll start heading north come this afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, sounds like good plan. Or at least, you know, best plan we have now.
It is a plan.
That's pretty much what it boils down to. I'm not pretending to know exactly what I'm doing.
All right, so LT and Dr. Jelinsky get done fucking around at the church, and where's your guys' plan to go? Like, what is your like where are you gonna set up? I guess camp, like here in this little grove of trees, or like back before you got to the church.
Good question. Making camp person. Where you want to set up camp?
I'm thinking back in the tree area before we got here.
Okay.
Not, gives us some semblance of cover, easier to hide, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys head back towards the church, and you see LT and Dr. Jelinsky there.
Yeah, come on, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, and Dr. Jelinsky sees you guys coming. He's like, "Oh, did you find anything?"
No, was nothing out there. But doctor is like Watson, huh? With sure. Anyway, because Watson is funny. Because Watson was doctor. Never mind. No, we did not find anything. Is I think he's just point on map to make the rest of it make sense.
All right, so you guys are gonna make camp. It's gonna be survival roll, recon roll for whoever's keeping a watch for your nighttime.
Yep.
Kyle, roll me a weather roll.
I rolled a 4, sir. No change.
Still cloudy.
3 successes on the survival roll, which is irritating because I want those now. Ooh, 3 successes, 12 and a 9, so hit it well too.
Quit cheating, Chris.
Not the time. No.
What are all the negatives for nighttime? Just the -2?
-2.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and cloudy, so I think technically it's a -3. Yeah.
Okay. Oof. It's a 4 and a 4. God. I'm gonna throw these dice away. I swear to God.
By the way, it's a Friday night, in case anyone's curious.
It's
We're going to order some
Friday
pizza
night,
and watch a movie.
like we're alright.
Happy hour.
Parties here on the west side. Reach for my 40 and I'm blowing up. Designated driver got the keys to my truck.
But it is now July 1st. After the night shift goes. It'll be so. All right, so Murph is up and Merrick's keeping watch. Merrick, you don't see shit.
Mm-mm.
You don't hear anything.
Mm-mm.
It's fucking quiet out there. You guys discuss anything or just moving on?
We're moving on, I guess. Unless Chris has something.
No, I was just going to say, it feels like we're chasing our tail or moving in circles, but hopefully this is eliminating some options, and with all the variables working together, narrowing it to some focused area.
Well, that's like what I was telling Bruce about, we need all of the clues before we can decide. You have to get all of the facts. If you go and say, these two things, we could be completely wrong place. If we had followed other line, we would be down by Russian tank brigade.
Yeah.
And risking our lives for something that may not be there.
Like Emmett said, all these, Alice in Wonderland clues and mirror and up is down, left is right. Oh, you said it, actually. Left is right. And I don't know. It could be right in front of us and we don't know it. But what other choice do we have but go where we think the clues are leading us?
Yeah, you have to follow the clues. Where they go, you go. Well, otherwise, you do not find anything.
Yeah, hope we find something, but at least we're alive, right?
Yeah. Yeah, at least we are alive. And hopefully we can keep other people alive by finding this thing. If this is outside of my expertise, I don't know what we will do once we find this disease or this place. What do you do with it? Do you burn it? Do you hide it? What do you do?
Been thinking on that as well. I assume we have to blow it up, right? And get far away quickly? I don't know. Hopefully your doctor friend will have some insight into that. As far as, you put it into the air, is it going to spread, right? Or is it the heat from the fire going to eliminate it? I don't know. That's outside of my expertise.
If this disease is something that had been bioengineered, in a lab, and we find the research facility where they were making it, it could potentially be used for a vaccine.
Take the original one and make the vaccine from the original, huh?
Yes.
Is that something you'd be capable of doing there, Doc?
I mean, I understand the concept of it. It is not my specialty. I'm more of a, veterinarian. But, no, I'm just kidding. No, it's not really my specialty, but conceptually, I understand the process of it.
Hey, it's better than I got.
I just don't want us lugging it around and potentially having it fall in the wrong hands either.
Right.
But, Murph, hear me out here. All the things that have stacked up, added up, it's too much coincidence. You know what I mean? We've got 4 ragtag guys here who have come from all over the place.
5.
Oh, yeah, Doc.
Hello.
I keep forgetting you're here.
Hi, Dr. Delinsky.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
We've got 3 books that have come into our possession, 2 maps, multiple dead bodies and clue after clue after clue. And now we have a doctor who might possibly be able to reverse what is going on here.
As I said, not my specialty.
But
Concept, yes.
What are the odds that we pick up a doctor who might even possibly be able to? I don't believe in coincidence, especially not to this level.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was being a little more base about it. I appreciate your faith. Burning it to the fucking ground sounded like the safest thing in my mind.
Well, that just depends what it is. Burning it to the ground could just make it airborne.
That and if people are already infected with it, the disease is already loose and will
Right.
spread. So the doctor is right, I think, in making a vaccine from it. But who has the capacity to make a vaccine?
Maybe him. Maybe him and somebody else.
No, it requires time and money and infrastructure.
Labs.
Scientists. It requires significant manpower and coordination.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, I think maybe the only people that could do that would be those involved with the WHO. Because they would still be coordinating amongst themselves.
Right. Right. You're absolutely right. But who would better be able to help us explain to them what we have, what we found, and how to fix it?
Oh, the doctor, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm 100% not believing that any of this is coincidence. And I believe that this is exactly what is supposed to be happening.
I don't know. I just have this memory of the last time we saw those fuckers. They were dropping artillery shells of Willie Pete on our heads.
Yeah, and you were running out the door with the Hershey squirts and your pants around your ankles. But yet here we are.
Here we are.
Real quick mechanic question.
Sure.
Is it only at XP that you can change your moral code and that stuff? Technically
It's
speaking.
I think technically you can change your moral code when you've broken it. If I remember correctly.
We've kind of been changing it at XP as like.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought that was when you could change it, is at XP.
After
but-
a session in which you betrayed your moral code, you may scrap your moral code and write a new one. So next time we do, that's why we would do it when we did XP, because it's
Okay.
like after a session. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So have you betrayed your moral code?
No.
Okay. Well then, no.
All right.
We cut away. We see Keanu, and we see Keanu hanging out with Anderson, and he's kind of just sitting there with them. They're still at that facility, wherever it was that they've been, and Keanu, that you have a meeting with them. They're going to call you over there in a little bit to review over the plans.
Anderson, hey, I gotta leave you for a little bit. I'm gonna help these. I'm gonna help them out. I'm kind of volunteering to assist where I can, and I'm hoping that will kind of barter your care for what we have going on.
Do we even know who you're leaving me with?
The only person they introduced me to was a gentleman named Bury, and he's kind of, I don't know, he seems to be in the know of what's going on, but they're supposed to be calling me back, and I'll get the rest of the information then, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm not abandoning you here. I'm trying to help you. I figured if I help the cause here, they should keep taking care of you, and then hopefully once you're back on your feet, you can join us.
I'm supposed to just stay here and...
Well, you don't really have any choice. You're still
Yeah.
knocking on death's door here. You don't have a choice. So I'm just trying to make sure that they keep getting you back up on your feet by making sure that I show them that we aren't just a burden.
I mean, be safe. There's nobody there to watch your back anymore.
I don't know. I think I'll be all right. This Yuri guy, he seems to be pretty well in control of things, and he looks like he knows what he's doing. So
In control of things. I mean, I wish you the best, sir.
No. You concentrate on yourself. You get yourself better, and then when you're better, you'll be right there with us, and then I'll have somebody having my back again.
Well, if I don't hear back from you in the next couple weeks, I'm hoping to come after you.
All right. I'll let you know what I know as soon as I know it.
All right, buddy.
We see Yuri come walking up out of the shadows. He's like, Mr. Peterson, we're ready for you.
Yes, sir.
And you guys start walking towards this other room off to the right. You can see a few other people in there. There's like a window, and there's like a large table, and they've got some maps up and, little indicators like sitting on it. Like basically like whatever garbage they could find to like indicate different locations. And that same woman, the doctor's in there. And so you come in and with Yuri, and the doctor's like, thank you, Private Peterson. So we're still trying to nail down where this research facility is, where we believe that the NATO forces had been developing this virus, this quote plague. It would be significantly easier if it weren't a biological weapon in that sense, and we would be able to figure out where a infection started from. Like, it's like, here's where it started from. You could literally draw a circle and then an area, and that center point is generally where an infection would begin. But if you were designing a biological weapon, it would have pockets of places where it popped up. It wouldn't be one central location. And especially with the limited travel and, of the world that we're in now, the fact that it popped up in pockets is suspicious, and what led us to the conclusion that it was a biological weapon and not a naturally occurring virus.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yes. So the map here, is that kind of what we're loosely basing it off of?
Right.
Yes. So are we the empty sugar packet?
Yes, we are the empty sugar packet here. That is us. This is where we are.
Okay.
And if you look over here, here's one of the pockets where we've, came across the virus, and over here where we came, and you can see, and they're like spread out across the map. And she's like, we've had some intel at one point that it might be over in this area, and she kind of like moves her hand around in this one little 30, 40 kilometer area. She's like, we had some intel that perhaps it was over here, and but we don't have specifics. We know that there is some more information out there. We just have not been able to find it. Mr. Yuri's men that were supposed to be coming back actually were out trying to gather intel on it. Our main concern now is that potentially Shepherd's Flock is also looking for this for their own purposes.
What's that?
Shepherd's Flock? It is a cult, a religious extremist organization.
Is that
best way to describe them?
Is that a local thing?
Yes, mostly local. It is generally made up of mostly Poles. Some foreigners may have joined their cause, but their general intent is to bring about the next age to, create the apocalypse, I guess, is the, like this is not enough of an apocalypse for them. They're trying to make one that is far worse. And, revelations, basically. They're trying to assist in that process. As far as they believe.
Okay, all right. Okay, so, I mean, what do you guys want me to do?
I mean, you are a soldier, so we just need Mr. Yuri and some of his men, and you look over, and there's a couple other, soldiers there too, but, like, it's kind of a hodgepodge of people. Like, there's, like, a Russian guy, like, a guy that's probably, Danish, maybe, and another guy that's, French, maybe. Like, it's like a hodgepodge of people, like, whatever he's got with him right now. But, and a couple Soviets and stuff like that. But he's like, I mean, mostly what we need is, firepower. Because, as we said before, the countryside is dangerous still. There's marauders and, military units that, behave based upon whatever, their individual small unit objectives is. There's not really a centralized command anymore to coordinate with. So we're kind of making do. And she says, Mr. Yuri here, he, has been in command of, military units before. And so it's a relatively smart individual. So he's a good person to have in charge, kind of coordinating that effort.
Okay, I'll do what I can. If you will, just please look after my friend Anderson, and I'll do whatever I can to help you guys. And please just keep helping him.
Of course.
And Keanu, you see him kind of get like a 1,000-yard stare for a second, and he's at the dining room table with Emmett, and Emmett has actually got his Bible open on the dining room table, 2 Revelations, and Keanu's remembering like what the book of Revelation says, but he doesn't, remember all the verses and that kind of stuff. He was never into it like Dad was, but he does remember his dad sitting there reading one time, and it's, after this I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven, and the first voice which I had heard speaking to me like a trumpet said, "Come up here, and I will show you what must take place after this."
And we cut away. We see Sully looking through her scope. He just watched Anna go into this other tent. And, you can see, like, the other shepherd's flock guys around, like, that roadblock that they had set up. And Anna, you go in and you see, like, this, it's kind of a command tent, right, is what you've got inside of there. And so there's, some people moving around, and they're kind of just, having, whatever conversations about, like, movements. And you see this other table that has, like, a large map on it, right? And you see another man standing over there, but it's not the guy that you had seen before, right? You don't see Adalbert in here. And the one that escorted you in says, this woman says that she would like to join our cause. And the other gentleman that he was talking to was like, what's kind of do you have any military experience?
I was with the Polish intelligence for the army.
Okay. What kind of religious upbringing do you have?
And we flash back to Anna's upbringing, and her parents are both college professors, and she did not go to church. And this is where this is where roles are going to come in.
Persuasion. Yep.
Oh yeah. No, I was brought up in the Catholic Church. Because even though she wasn't brought up in the Catholic Church, she still exposed to it and has read enough that she at least has a passing understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, the Pope is Polish.
Do you understand our mission? I'm curious how much you've heard about us before.
From what I have seen, you are trying to cleanse the countryside of the foreigners. And so far, I can agree to that. They've caused untold problems within Poland.
We have a process here for weeding people out that we may not trust. At least a way of people proving their loyalty. So if you would, please come with me.
Of course.
Would you like to roll persuasion roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay, that's a A and a B. Don't suck at this. I'm gonna push the shit out of it because I got a 5 and a 4.
Okay.
I got a 7 and a 1, so she takes 1 point of stress.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't need to explain why she's taking stress at the moment.
Yeah, like while she's talking to him, like there's just this moment where the guy's head kind of tilts to the side and he just kind of like squints at her. Like whatever she's saying sounds like maybe he doesn't fucking believe it. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh fuck. It's like, yes, come with me. And you see this Sully, you see this other gentleman leading her out of that tent that she originally went into, past some vehicles, past like this little horse stall that they have set up for the horses that they've been riding on. And she kind of disappears into some of the, like past some of the armored vehicles that they have parked there. And you lose sight of her.
Yeah, he's like, I lost her. She seems in.
I think technically Farmer's there with Sully, but...
No, I thought that's why he's saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Like,
We cut back over to Keanu and Yuri. And Yuri's like, Mr. Peterson, you may want to change out of the fatigues. I know they are useful for hiding and things like that, but we have found the way that we are going to be moving through the countryside...
Yes, sir.
Being in a specific unit's uniform, that becomes more of a hindrance than anything else. Oftentimes people will, like whatever side we run into, if we run into Soviets, they say NATO, they shoot. If our other guys that are in Soviet uniforms, and you can see them changing into like civilian clothes, basically. If you see them, NATO sees Soviets a lot of times, they shoot. And if we're in civilian clothes, we have a better chance of being covert.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Do you have something I can change into?
Sure. Yeah, I can scrounge something up for you. But just wanted to give you some heads up. And he turned and starts to walk away. And he turns back. He's like, Peterson, where are you from?
Hawaii, sir.
Hawaii. Interesting. He turns. And continues off. Cut back to the main group. And it's going to be morning. So you guys would switch watch. So I think it was Merrick was on watch before, so now it's going to be Emmett and LT that are up.
Correct.
And yeah.
We're still cloudy, right?
Yep.
All right, so just a +1. That is a 7 and a 3, 1 success.
Okay.
LT.
Yeah.
Weather roll, and what are you doing for the morning shift?
Well, morning's cloudy, so still. We already rolled that one.
Oh,
Okay.
because it rained before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Forgot.
Yeah, so LT, what are you doing while Emmett is on watch?
Flipping through Hitchhiker's Guide.
Okay. Yep, you're going along and reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Every now and again, you can hear me chuckle to myself. Just
You're just getting to the part where he's convincing the city councilman to like lay down in front of the bulldozer to switch spots so that he can take him to the pub.
Xiphoid Beeblebrox.
Yep. All right, so Emmett, so it's cloudy, and you're kind of looking through the binoculars, and LT's over there reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And down the road, down this like backcountry road that kind of intersects with the one that goes past this church, like off to your west, you see this older man pushing a scooter down this dirt road and headed north. About 200-300 meters away from you. Just like pushing a scooter.
Emmett would just kind of keep an eye on him in the binoculars, but I mean, he just, as the only thing that he sees out on the horizon, he'd just kind of watch him.
Mm-hmm. And you just see him like walking, and he like stops and like lets go of the scooter, and it kind of tips over, and he like looks down. And he's like picking something up off the road, looks at it, puts it in a little like satchel that he has, and picks the scooter back up and is fucking walking.
What in the world are you doing, old man?
The camera would zoom in closer on the guy, and like the audience would recognize him as the old man with the scooter from the small village from before.
Guy who got super mad at me, right?
Yeah. And the rest of the morning shift goes along uneventful other than that. And it is now daytime. Kyle, roll me a weather roll.
I rolled a 3.
It is still cloudy. And it is July 1st. What do you guys want to do?
Captain Emmett, are we going to continue on to the bridge?
Yeah, let's start heading that way. We'll start making our way north. I mean, that's the only heading we got right now.
All right, I will eat breakfast very quickly.
All right, so you guys eat breakfast, drink some water.
Yep, and then head north.
All right, so if you guys are heading out during the daytime, it'll be survival roll, recon roll, and whatever else. Survival roll, recon roll, and survival roll, recon roll.
Got a 4 and a 4.
Oh no, you gonna push that?
Yes.
8 and a 10. I got 3.
2 and a 7. 1 success.
Okay. All right, yeah. So you're able to head out north, and then where are you going after that? Because you can go 2 hexes because it's technically open.
Oh, okay, then we will go. You want to go north one more and follow the river?
Oh, yeah, we could do that. I was thinking northeast and then, like, closer to Radom. But, yeah, we can go straight north, doesn't matter. It's same.
Might keep us off busy roads. Or air quotes busy.
I mean, you're still going through a road hex either way.
Yeah,
So.
it's
Right. Well, my thought process was just following the river to the bridge would be less likely to get lost.
You still got to roll another recon roll, by the way. Or not recon roll.
Survival.
Survival roll, yeah. To not get lost doing that one.
That is a 7 and a 3. 1 success.
All right, so you don't get lost doing this hex. Chris, what did you... How many successes did you get on yours?
On the recon 3.
Okay. You look up ahead, and as you guys are headed north into this, like... Because you're going to have to cross another main road, like... On the road, about... Oh, let's roll dice. Actually, roll me 2d10.
10 and a 3.
10 and a 3. So that is It's about 420 meters up ahead of you. So about half a click, because it's pretty fucking open at this point. But you can see that main road going across it. And you see a truck in the middle of that road. It's sitting there. And it's just looks like an old, like, pickup truck. Just deserted.
All right, yeah, that's obviously my next question. Okay. And we're in pretty open terrain, so it's not like we can sneak up on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you're at least able to see it from 420 meters away, so.
Right. Yeah, so he goes back there and he's like, kind of odd, guys, but there's what appears to be an abandoned truck up on the road up there.
Do we want to try to take things from it, or just move along?
I mean, do we see any movement or anything like that? Like, I mean, it doesn't. I'm guessing big open area like that, you're not seeing anybody. I mean, we could take a look.
I mean, we could observe it for a little bit.
When I say open air, I mean, there's still going to be like a little patch or something. So you still could, like...
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you can see it from 420 meters away, so it's like relatively fucking open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like a little clump of little grove of trees.
Yeah, I mean, we can move up as sneakily as possible, but it's not going to be that sneaky.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, we could do what we've been doing, is try and move up a little bit and set up and see if somebody wants to go take a look. I mean, if that thing runs, that can make this trek a lot easier.
I think that is a good idea if we, like we have been doing. You guys set up security, and then me and or Bruce go up and investigate.
All right. Well, let's move up a little bit.
All right. How close do you want to move up to it? To set your location?
200?
Yeah, I'd say probably
250?
about the 200 range.
Okay, so that'll be the +1, wasn't it, for 200?
Yeah, right now he's got the dragon off, so that would be first range increment, or
yeah, I just meant for
first.
I just meant for the recon roll to get there. I
think over 200 was a +1.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 hexes to 200 hexes, or 220 hexes, 200 meters would be +1. Yeah.
Okay.
So +1 on your recon roll to get to there. So it's the lowest one.
So that's me.
I mean, if all 4 of you are all going there, like...
Does anybody else, LT? Does he have the lowest?
Yeah.
Yeah, LT is the lowest. But
Okay.
if he and I are going out, it's almost, you guys get in position and then we'll go. Unless you're hanging back, LT, it's up to you.
I would go with you.
Okay.
Okay, so if those two are just going to wait to head in until we're in position, then do you want my recon roll?
Yes.
To get into
and
position.
then we'll do theirs at the walking all the way up to it,
Gotcha.
which is no bonus.
8 and a 4. So 1 success.
Okay. And then LT and Merrick, you see them get into the position they were moving to. Are you guys going to like the same little clump of trees or 2 different groves of trees?
No, yeah, we would basically go together. He's covering them. I'm kind of covering him.
Okay.
So that as they would retreat, because being at that long of a range, the machine gun can throw lead, but I mean, we're well outside probably probably close to my second range increment outside of that. So, yeah, I'm more of a once they start trying to come towards us.
Okay. And then the rest of you guys the other 2 of you are going to head towards...
The truck.
the truck. So that'll be a recon roll, and that's, at a flat at that point.
Are we sneaking up to the truck, Bruce?
Yeah, sneaky. So I'm a B and a D, right?
Yeah, it's you.
Are we sure there's nobody worse? Come on now.
Yes.
Kyle?
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
It is a pushable roll.
Nope.
Okay.
Bruce, don't sneak.
All right, so we see LT and Merrick going towards the truck. Everybody from miles away could see Merrick and LT headed towards the truck. If somebody was in England, they would be able to see Merrick and LT headed towards the truck.
There are 4 guys in a boat in Sweden that can see these guys.
Some guy in Kentucky on like a, compound is like jotting down in a diary, saw 2 gentlemen walking towards truck in Poland. And you guys go walking up towards this truck. You're walking up along, and like I said, it's, the couple clumps you'll see will be like 100 or so meters away from the road. Like, it's not really forested. It's mostly open, but it'll be like a little clump here, a little clump there. A few trees here of like the small grove of trees, maybe some bushes over that way, some shrubs. And you get up and you're walking towards this truck, and you step up on the road.
If you or someone you love is struggling with combat-related PTSD, please call 877-717-7873. Again, that number is 877-717-PTSD. Or you can visit online ptsdusa.org. That's PTSD Foundation of America. If you call, you'll be immediately connected to a combat veteran who understands those experiences. And if you go to the website, they have in-person groups scattered throughout the United States. And if there isn't a peer group near you, they have online peer groups. Again, that's PTSD Foundation of America. If you're struggling, you don't have to go it alone.